Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the late night MrYagami stream. Today's stream is a chill one. Just some mayhem as I wait for some things to happen later. For now, we're just gonna be playing a bit of this.
While you be skulking about,
hopefully have some fun. I do not need you, I do not need you, nor do I need any of this junk. Well, these I need. But you should go. I hope that everyone is doing great, having a good time. Oh, that's mana, not HP. I didn't this in my life, so get rid of it. Toss it in the garbage. What's this? Well, this is low level, so at the end of the day, I'm not thinking of using it, but you know what? We can use whatever we can. Added small passive skills, grant 20% increased life recovery. Oh, this is rubbish. This is rubbish. Get away from here. I need you not. Okay, what should I do? Oh yes, I want to check the path of trait, or path of exile, trait site. There we go. I want to see if a certain particular bow, which is the upgraded version of this rubbishness, if it is available and affordable or not. I only have 19 chaos, but we may be able to get it, or may not be able to get it. So, silver, bro. Said silver, bro. Dude, silver. Bro, there you go. Crude bow. Please tell me it is affordable. Now, this is the silver branch. I don't need the silver branch. Silver. Oh, I see. That's the branch, that's a bro. Okay. 65 chaos, man. 200 chaos. There's 3 on the entirety of the Mayhem League, so yeah, it makes sense that it is as expensive as currently displayed. Alright, so it appears that the Exalted is only 26 chaos, and only the chaos is needed. Oh, I hate this. I guess we'll just do without it, I guess. Oh, I forgot something, which is the chat. Should be able to see the chat, open in browser. I don't know, I'm using a certain application to see the chat, and it might be that good.
You've killed the Karui Wog?
It has
farewell.
A bit of a delay to it. Oh, sin.
Remember, human.
Wasting my time at this time, but whatever. Let's do this. That's the only one that we have. And move forward. Move forward with our lives. And this is actually the wrong place. I should not be here. Today's beverage is the one and only black tea with squeezed in fresh lemon. And of course, a nice pot of honey. Just a teaspoon of honey. Honey's a bit expensive here, so I don't have it at all times, but when I do, it is indeed a delight. Let's take dexterity. My thought process is to take dexterity, and then there are some points right here that I am about to take. So we have 3% damage over time multiplier for poison and increased chaos damage with attack skills. Something good. Same, and of course the big one, toxic strikes. Damage over time multiplier for poison, 10% increase, poison duration, poison on hit, chaos damage with attacks, all good in the hood. Next stop, since I'm leveling, some people would take this first. Thick skin. Life and elemental ailments, which is really good, but this is just standard. It doesn't really matter. If it is... if I have enough HP or not, it doesn't really matter because dying doesn't really have an impact on the game, so we'll instead go right to Farsight. Yes, please. Okay, let's go. And there is a Labyrinth Trial here. The game sound is muted, by the way. Let's just say that sometimes it's just too much clutter. And sometimes I'm trying to listen to some sort of a podcast or...
Play dead. Good doggy.
Are you any more free than the birds trapped down here? Or are you caught in a prison of a different kind?
Oh, trust me, my friend. I am indeed. Right. What's this? I'd like to buy a Frozen Trail Cobalt. Frozen Trail? What? Don't remember. Do I have a Frozen Trail on my shop? Well, let's go check. Let's go check. I have completely forgotten about this. But, let's see. Come on, shop. Work with me, mouse, please. Oh, this one, okay. Indeed. It's the custom crit one, isn't it? Good. 1 chaos. That gives me a good, lovely 20 chaos. Should be able to buy some upgrades from the stuff that I have currently. The good news is that this build that I'm currently playing is reliable. It should be able to carry me nicely through early maps without really needing that much gear. It is considered a starting kind of build, so it's good. And I don't really care about the blight at this particular level. I am not strong enough to be able to do it easily, so whatever. Oh, there's a freezing. Oh yeah, that's the other reason why I don't like to do mayhem. I mean, blight. It's because it really taxes the computer for some reason. Okay, so I'm currently playing Mayhem League. Well, not really a league, it's basically a race, and it's only for 1 week. You see, due to many reasons, Grinding E Games, which is the company that made Path of Exile, decided, you know what, let's make some adjustments because Cyberpunk 2077 is coming, and there is a lot of other commotion happening with World of Warcraft and everything, and World of Warcraft Classic. They decided, you know what, let's not just drop the league in December. That would be the wrong choice to do. Let's just push it instead to January, around January 15 or something of the sort, and have enough room to breathe and not compete with other bigger titles, because people cannot stretch thin like a piece of butter on a long, you know, baguette of bread. So they were like, okay, we will push the league and we will just do and organize some races. Give some, you know, some trivial prizes, so to say. And many of us actually do enjoy the races. The races are really good. It's stuff that are supposed to be just fun and out of the norm of the seriousness of the leagues and everything. This one I'm currently playing is called Mayhem. And by the way, I missed the... we'll get it later, it's alright. It's not a big deal. I know where it is, and I just missed the door. And since this is kind of a big tower, let's just do the boss and get back to it. I'm talking about the Trial of Ascendancy. So the races consist of short kind of events where they have some sort of a theme to that race. This one I'm currently playing is called Mayhem. Mayhem, basically, as you can see right here, gives us a random bonus depending on the map that we are. Sometimes there's 20 rogue exiles, sometimes there is harbingers or breaches or the phantoms and everything, and it just adds a layer of quote-unquote mayhem to the entire mix of the game. The span of this race is 1 week, and it's gonna be... yeah, it's gonna be 1 week. Definitely 1 week, undoubtedly. I was thinking about the flashback league. The flashback is going to be indeed 3 weeks. Flashback is a bit more in line, and they will add heist as well to it, so it's gonna be like normal, but with a small twist to it. So, yeah. I'm just a bit disappointed that there isn't enough sort of, let's just say, loot. There's going to be much more than the average season. That's without a doubt. However, I was expecting a bit more. And there are certain places that they nerfed, so all in all, it was a bit of a weird choice, considering this is just 1 week, an event for only 1 week, and nothing too serious about it. However, I think because there is a level of competitiveness, because there are prizes, and the number 1 prize is a very rare, because it's going to be just for one guy, and it's always called the Immortal, or the Demigod, yeah, not the Immortal. So these races have demigods, some sort of a unique item or given only to the number 1, I believe, number 1 player, and it's pretty interesting. If you have it, let's just say it's probably gonna sell for much higher than the average items, and your account is gonna be instantly more interesting, but the competition is going to be fierce, so the chances of obtaining it without playing competitively, putting a lot of time in the game, are slim, to say the least. So yeah, but for the casual player, they didn't forget about us, and they gave us many of them. Sort of rewards. Stuff like when you reach level 50, for example, they give you random Twilight loot box, which is a joke to be honest, but yeah, whatever. I opened it and it gave me some random gloves that have no significance. Usually these loot boxes houses sets and everything, so if you don't get something that is entirely unique, and the entirety of the uniqueness of these items depends on, of course, their rarity, well, if you get a glove or hideout decoration, it's pointless. There are other prices that they have on the line, but such prices are gated behind the randomness. Every time you reach a level, you unlock a spot in the raffle. You and most of the people currently playing on the league are going to be in the raffle for this. And if you do get amongst the 200 lucky, they will give you something, from weapon effects to footstep effects to entire armor sets and everything. So yeah, I know in my luck that's not something that usually happens to me, so I never paid any heed. What matters to me is the race mechanics. And I was expecting Mayhem to be a bit more entertaining, but so far it's just like a normal league.
And so it began.
For me, I'm hoping that Flashback is going to be much better. Oh, and by the way, before Flashback, next week, we're going to have a Delve event. Now, the Delve event could be interesting. It could be, because instead of playing the game normally as I am doing right now, you are in a mine, and only in the mine, not just a mine, the mine. Basically, we can just do a go and do it right now should we wish to. It's part of a quest that we kind of need to do in order to unlock it. That is by normal means. So basically, when Delve starts, the race of the next week, you are only spawning here at level 1, and there's nothing else. You'll not be able to access the world of Rayclast and the story and, you know, the different leagues, the only thing that is going to be available to us is just the mine. And to be honest, I'm kind of curious. This event could be interesting. It could be, I don't know. Because I know the delve, I know the mines, and I know the monsters lurking beneath there. And it could be tricky to advance, especially if you do not have a build, because you're going to start at level 1, so you're going to have to, I don't know, just choose, I think. They're going to give us some sort of a pre-builds or whatever, and we're going to have to be able to choose from those? Question mark? Or question mark? I don't
Looks
know.
like shite, eh?
No, it doesn't. Looks good. Okay, so this is the mine. And this is basically... Oh, no. I've been playing World of Warcraft, so I'm pressing M for the map. And the map is just not there.
This is Crawler, capable of scouting out a few of the valuables hidden down here, but needs your muscle to get to them.
Yep, it does. So I click here, and lo and behold, this is the mine. And the lower you go, the more monsters you encounter. The more monsters you encounter, the more difficulty there is. And it is supposed to be infinite. You can go down as much as you want. That's why it's called the Infinite Delve. And the mine is a fan favorite, to be honest. Many like the mine. Has many rewards and everything, but some of them are to be desired. But, you know, the monsters, the challenge, it's all here, especially when you reach deeper and deeper into the mine. Bosses start to spawn, special cities starts to, happen more often and everything, so it's pretty interesting. You can go down to increase the difficulty, we can go sideways in order to, farm more stuff. So basically, since this is going to be me starting at level 1, I'll probably start around here and level up, then go farther, go farther, go farther. I only will go down when I have enough level and enough gear to do so. And as you can see, there are these nodes, and each node have certain rewards. Like this is jewelry, this is the azurite fuel, this is items and everything. This is the quest, so it's basically a tutorial, and it's telling us to just go this way. The trick here is that you cannot leave the light of the crawler, because when you go into the darkness, you will basically start losing life and dying. Also, the monsters become invulnerable in the dark, so you have to always be within the vicinity of the crawler, lest you wanna die. And that's of course something that we don't want to happen to us. And with it, there are mechanics like upgrading the light and making other adjustments. Socket numbers 2 and 3, good. Okay, so this is going to be the fuel or the currency of the mine. With this, we'll be able to upgrade our crawler with more resistance to the dark, more light radius, buying more dynamite and many other exciting stuff to make us able to delve. So the idea is quite fun and challenging, and we need sulfite, by the way. In the normal league, we will need sulfite in order to progress, but in the next week's event, this is going to be deactivated, I think, so we can just go infinitely since there is nothing else to do. I guess we'll continue down. Why not? I have some resources to spend, so we'll do so, and maybe we'll get something interesting, who knows. This could be a good source of experience, to be honest, so if we reach appropriate levels. So I think leveling wise, it's depending on the build that you have, it's going to be quite fast. I don't know. But at the same time, I think the challenge is going to be the determining factor on how fast you can go and how fast you can level up and advance, because some of these mobs are vicious. Some of the places are practically really hard. I'm debating whether to restart with this build or try to work around and get this build going, or do something else. We will see. We will see in due time. Let's take more of azurite. Oh, yes, I can. Okay. Oh, that's probably my mouse acting up. Flashback, however, now that's an interesting event. It's like a gathering of many past leagues, that's hence the name. That's why it is called Flashback. Because, same as Mayhem, every time you get into a new area, you get one of the selected past leagues activated. In addition to the current league, which is Heist League. So things could be pretty interesting. And hopefully, if things go smoothly, you get access to much more currency and you can be able to farm more stuff, so your character can advance a lot faster. And Flashback is going to be 3 remaining months, not months, weeks, until of course the release of the new league. So that's probably going to be good. Ooh, a Chaos Orb. At this point of the game, any Chaos Orb is a good Chaos Orb. Let's put this here, support my arm. As you can see, when they get into the darkness, they become invulnerable. I've been a bit preoccupied by World of Warcraft recently, with the new Shadowlands expansion and everything, and quite frankly, I am enjoying the game. It's really good. There are certain mechanics that I wanted to see, as someone who have been following MMO type of games, and there are certain concepts that you see in shows and you'd like to see them in a video game. And one of the most popular concepts is the tower. It's like this tower that you climb and you have to survive and you have to level up and gear up and fight these vicious bosses in order to get to the next level and the next level and so on and so forth. And of course, they kind of have one now. It's called Torghast, and it's pretty interesting for me. I'm really excited to play that. However, when you play an MMO, no more sword fight. Okay, let's continue doing our story.
Beauty.
That was enough. Bossax says, hey again, sorry connection. It's alright, my brother. We all know about this internet, and we all know how bad it could be. Slower than music volume a tiny bit. How are you doing today, brother? Everything is fine. Life is good. Oh, this one could be interesting. Iron Grip. Pretty certain I set this to Mayhem, so it should be fine. Summon Skitterbots. Oh, these are for me for later. Okay, this I need no more because I have. Well, this is life. 1200, 90, I don't know. Almost the same, so. Oh, it's already rare. I am good, thanks. Thanks, little bit bored with this stupid lockdown, but alhamdulillah. What about you, brother? I am absolutely fine. The lockdown doesn't bother me because I am one of those people who don't really like to go out that much, so lockdown or no lockdown really doesn't bother me. However, it is, to be honest, it is a bit frustrating. These idiotic laws that they are just imposing without knowledge, without the proper, information, are just stupid. There's absolutely no point to do such lockdown. You could easily prevent this, and it's -2. This is going to be the one that we need to upgrade. So you could easily circumvent a lockdown by just enforcing people to wear masks. Be severe and be stern about this. Let people understand that without the masks, they will not be able to just go wherever they want and do whatever they want. And there's no need for a lockdown. But the problem is, even our dinosaur government do not understand the situation and the COVID I don't think they have internet. They don't have even access. They cannot even consult the experts outside for some reason. I mean, the experts have already said that you need to control schools because the kids are as contagious as adults and sometimes even more. So having schools open is just more enabling for the virus. And we have our schools completely open, transportation completely open, everything is working at a optimal-ish way, and now they're enabling national and international flights. And to who or to where? To France. And of course, what do you expect when you go to France? You're gonna bring the special strain that is currently dwelling there. And we're gonna have the real second wave at around late December. They said they're gonna be opening on 27th of December, so around January we're gonna have a spectacular number of COVIDs. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. It goes without saying, but science doesn't lie. The numbers are there. No, they are very smart because they are the only country who knew that the corona work only at night, so they force a night lockdown. Now, okay, I understand the frustration with the night lockdown, with all the lockdowns, but the problem is, yes, you can impose a lockdown. It works, it actually works, but it's not smart. This lockdown system that they are imposing is dumb. They're just doing it because of the word that I started hating, to be honest, the protocol. They have this protocol that some guy who has some sort of a degree, in our country of course, decided, you know what, these are the laws. We're going to start with the partial, then the semi, then the semi-fully. We're going to do, these types of lockdowns depending on the numbers. But that's the problem. We have no tests. Don't tell me we have 900 cases a day. We have far more than 900 cases a day. Everyone knows this. Even the health minister said this himself. We do not have the means to test everyone, so we know the numbers are just small. I project that we have around 10 to 20,000 a day. But the problem is that COVID is a bit of let's just say a mystery disease. Because 45% of people are asymmetrical, carriers. So even though I can say we have 20,000 to 30,000 cases a day of COVID, those 30,000 are not amongst the people who are completely in the danger zone. The danger zone is the 900 that we are currently seeing. These are the people who go to hospitals, go to clinics and just test positive, so they have no other means but to declare them. But we're not even talking about the people who are at home, the people who are just treating and going to other doctors left and right and then just giving them generic, medicines and everything. And as you know, it is a complicated matter that needs experts for this. The only thing that I don't understand is the Algerian people. This is the one that kind of skips my mind. They don't care. They're like, oh, it's fate if we die. All right, I'm with you. If you die, it's fate. Good. Here's the problem. Not everyone dies. That's the thing. And the people who get infected, some of them develop long-term deficiencies. Some of them get weird stuff. That's why the COVID is considered as a pandemic. Because no one knows the extent of this disease. No one know what it does. So that's the problem. Problem number one. Problem number two. The Algerian people are adamant about their pockets. The money they have in their pockets. And they're always complaining about not having enough pay. Which is true, by the way. I understand this. I live here. I know. But how much do you think you're gonna spend from your own money for the tests, the scans, the PCRs and the corona-related medicines and everything, the vitamins and all that things? It's around 2 million to 3 million. And that's a lot of money. That's really a lot of money. So instead of putting a mask correctly that costs around 50 dinars, No, you choose to spend 30,000 Algerian dinars in medicine and everything. Just dumb. Absolutely stupid. And of course, we pretend that we are so enlightened, so knowledgeable, and we are the best on the planet. No, we are the worst on the planet. We know this. We are the filthiest and the worst. And that's the problem. Because the countries that are the best, you know, and I'm not talking about the wealthiest, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the mentality. Because many realize that this is dangerous, this is serious, this exists. We're still debating whether this exists or not in this country of fools. So instead of doing the right thing, which is just a protection, it's nothing. A mask is absolutely nothing. I've been wearing masks outside for more than 9 months now. There's nothing that changed with me. Nothing is gone, nothing is missing. And I just wear a mask, go outside, do my things, go back home, remove the mask. That's all there is to it. There's no need for a lockdown, there's no need for weird stuff to happen. There's only one thing needed: for people to be aware, to be knowledgeable, to understand that this disease is serious, to respect it, so to say. But yeah, that's utopian stuff. Yes, that's the problem. The citizens are the most dumb. That's the problem, is that they don't understand that the government don't care about us. They never did, they never will. This is common knowledge. Why on earth are you telling me that this is going to be just fate? Just faith, we have faith in God and everything. You have faith in God and you are the most filthy? Really? Well, the last time I checked on this religion, being clean is considered serious stuff. It's really, really serious. Being clean, smelling good, you know, being educated, being well behaved, these are the fundamentals of this religion. So why on earth are we doing the opposite of this? Because that's basically what the precautions and everything are. They're just staying clean, not doing stupid stuff, not gathering in weird places, and, otherwise you're going to be fine. But yeah, like I said, they spend many amounts of money, but it's only too late. It's always too late. When people wake up, it's always too late. I don't know if you know this or not, if you followed me in my previous streams, but I live near a hospital. I live near the hospital. So that gave me a position to see the other side of things. What people don't see, what people don't hear. And when you hear people crying outside at 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, being so remorseful at their actions, you think, all you needed is a mask, man. Now that you see that your parents are dead, you regret this? It's too late for regret now. They are dead. That's real fate. That's the fate that you talk about. Before that, you didn't care. You were with your friends. You went to restaurants. You went to coffee shops. You were doing stupid things all time. You didn't do any type of precautions. And when your mother died, all of a sudden, you became self-conscious. Too late, my dear. Too late. And now you have to live with the consequence. With the fact that you are the one that killed your father. You are the one that killed your mother. You can blame everything. You can say, okay, this is God's will, this is faith. But at the end of the day, deep down inside, you know you were the problem. You know that you brought this. You know that your mother didn't want this. Your mother wanted you to stay home with her. Wanted you to not be with your friends outside at night and doing stupid stuff. She didn't say this because she respects you, because you're probably old. That's the problem. You're not a kid. You're probably old. Old enough to understand these things. And yet you do them. And then you realize the COVID is real. You realize that this is not a joke, that You know, 7 billion other people on the planet are not joking about this. It's not something that was just created in your country. Wake up. But it's too late, sadly. Anyway. How do you expect of people to be better while an alcoholic drinks all the time, and when you propose to him, he will say, yeah, people will tell you to not drink from a bathroom. Yeah, that's semantics, man. That's the thing. It's like, these are not the problems here. People can drink. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything. But people can be clean and drink. People can be organized and drink. No one's telling you not to drink. If you want to get wasted, go get wasted. Doesn't really matter. If you want to go to the mosque, go to the mosque. These are the two extremes between the people who believe and people who don't believe. But the problem, both of these people are doing the same thing. No one is respected or respecting anything. No one is being disciplined. Doesn't really matter what you believe, what you do. At the end of the day, they're all doing the same thing. And that's the problem. I see them every day. And people look at me weird when they see, to this day, 1,000 corona cases a day, 900 corona cases a day. And I still get weird looks outside. Why? Because I'm wearing a mask. People are stupid, man. People are dumb. What can I do? Such is life here. It's going to take us a long time to get better. And change is not going to be happening easy. I mean, you walk outside, you're minding your own business, because I never talk about these things with outsiders, because I know their responses, I know what they think. I just don't want to associate. I wear an N95 mask, and that's it. I don't want to infect people, and I certainly don't want to be infected. So I see which is the most, what can I do, and I do it. But if I get the sickness, then that's real faith. Because I did everything I can to stay out of it. But it happened. It was outside my hands. There's nothing I can do. Even if I get sick, my conscience is clear. That's the difference. Because I didn't kill someone. That's the problem. And that's the difference. And to be honest, I have allergies, and to be honest, the mask has done me more good than harm, to be honest.
Abarath.
I just realized I said to be honest a lot. Okay, that's Abarath done. Yes, but they are hypocrites. That's what I meant. Indeed, my brother, they are. I was working for a hotel, okay, Marriott, so I started putting a mask way before the government forced it. Yeah, the government to never do things in time. So all people were laughing. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they were. Same as I. They were saying that I look stupid and I look too weak because I'm afraid of the virus. But they do. They don't know I was wearing it to protect my parent working. Yeah. Yeah, you get these kind of things if you work in such hotels. Yes, I didn't want to bring the disease home. Yeah, it's common sense, brother. It's common sense. And here's the deal. What if I'm afraid of the virus? What if? I know what this virus does. It can render me sterile. It can give me prolonged lung diseases later after I get it. So what's the deal in not in being afraid of it? I should be afraid of this virus. Oh, I know the normal response. Oh, no. You should only be afraid of God. If I am to be afraid of God, then being afraid of the virus is being afraid of God, because the virus is part of God. Easy logic. You want that logic? We can work with that logic, no problem. Well, like you said, hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. the things that never change in this country. I mean, that's the problem, is that there isn't such debate in the appropriate places. Even the channels, the stupid ignorance channels, they don't talk about these things. They don't talk about this logic. All they do is talk about stupid stuff all day, every day. While not wearing masks, by the way. Getting together, not wearing masks, and then a week or two later, someone announces, oh, by the way, that guy who's in that interview is now either dead or got the corona. Whoop-de-doo. What do you know? I wonder why.
With the road to the Frisian forest clear again,
It's gonna be probably rubbish. Attributes, energy shield, fire resistance. By the way, I took the wrong item. I shouldn't be taking this one, but it doesn't matter. I have gold ring. Gold ring is much better. So who cares?
Farewell.
That's a full link. I can do a full link. Half of my family are doctors, and when they told us what's happening inside the hospital, I swear, you feel pity for this country. Yeah, didn't see you, brother. I mean, that's it. I mean, and the problem is, experts speculated they only needed 6 weeks. With proper use, I mean 95% of the people who go outside and meet each other, if 95% of them wore masks, there would be no need for lockdowns, there would be no need for anything. 6 weeks later, everyone can take off the masks and everything's going to be under control. As long as no one brings the virus out from outside, you're going to be living your life in harmony. All you needed is just 6 weeks of starvation, what they call starvation. That's what they did in New Zealand, for example, what they did in Senegal, and Vietnam, and Indonesia, and everywhere. They just enforced the wearing of the mask, and everything was fine. No one lost money, no one lost anything. Again, who are we to judge? I just want this thing over, to be honest, so that we can move on with our lives. That's what people do not understand, is we're not with the COVID, we're against it. We don't want it. We don't want to wear masks all day, every day. I don't want them. They suck, but I have to. If I'm to protect my family, the dear people to me, and if I am to protect everyone, not just my family, and myself, then these are the things that I need to do.
Can you hear it, exile?
Oh, I forgot I shouldn't be taking the
Madness
blood.
approaches.
Yeah, having blight
Just
is,
need a moment to
thing.
catch my breath.
I mean, it's just like the Chancellor of Germany said, Angela Merkel. She said, the COVID is a test for humans, and many countries have already failed. It's a test of cleanliness, it's a test of discipline, it's a test of getting together and fighting something invisible that we do not see, we do not smell, we do not feel. And we failed. Many of us failed. Not just my country, you know this, and many other countries have already failed the test. Some did succeed, some took it seriously, and now they are fine. It just goes to show you that we are not ready. As a race, we are not ready to fight such things. We're still too greedy, too preoccupied with building fortunes and funding the militaries and all those things. Of course, when I say such things, there's always someone on the corner telling me you're ignorant. You don't know that you need to protect your country. Protect it from what exactly? Here's the real invader that is killing people every day. Where's the protection now? Sometimes it's not human. Wars are something of the past now. The new modern wars are not the ones that you can see fighting in front. These are the proxy wars that you see. You're not gonna see, you know, full-fledged Normandy embarkment or debarkment. That's not gonna be happening anymore. Modern times are not like the old times. And yet, we're still living in old times. And I think that's because most of the people governing us are living in old times. And you know what? Do whatever you want. There are other things that preoccupy me, like for example, not having online payment in this godforsaken country. We still have no online payment. It sucks, man. I can't buy video games. I can't, you know, get paid for things I do. I can't do anything. You go and talk about PayPal and they start laughing at you at banks. Think you're crazy or something. That's dumb. Oh, I should go back, probably. Probably go back. I'm kinda way into talking, so I forgot that I need to take a waypoint here and hopefully go kill the other boss, which would give me a Pantheon thing and skill point. Okay, so there's the waypoint, and normally you just go up 90 degrees and hopefully I should find it. And yeah, for the people who play Path of Exile, I know, I am extremely slow and turtleish. Actually, I haven't been leveling for 1 day, it's been more than 1 day. Yes, now we are in chemical war, weapons, yeah, too expensive and necessary, while a biological weapon can do much better. Biological, nuclear, like I said, even the economical warfare, there's economical, there's cyber warfare now. You just, sometimes shooting someone with a weapon is no longer the option. And most often than not, it is no longer the option. The wars of these days are not waged that way. You don't see China trying to conquer land the conventional way, and they could. They could easily do so. They have the army, they have the resources, but they won't. They know that they can just easily control them. In the economy-wise, they need them. We all need China, for example. Same goes to other countries. But again, oh, what's this? I choose not to talk about these matters that much. Some people tell me that I don't know much about these things, and quite frankly, I don't want to know much about these things. Don't care. If I know much, I don't know much. There is always hidden information in the shadows that we will not be learning about. There's always people weaving stuff, manipulating things, and we would never hear about them, we would never see them. And we just like to pretend that we know everything. We don't know nothing. I like to know the things that I like to know, and learn the things that I can control and everything.
Rislatha!
And it's just a pain. It's just a pain to talk about politics and other matters. And about online payment, last month I wanted to bring an iPhone. Yeah, that's the thing, it's like you see the prices outside, you see the opportunities, and they are even cheaper with our own money in the black market exchange. And you think, man, if I could only bring this iPhone or this device, or I can save myself so much hassle. It's going to be the authentic one. It's going to be the new one. It's going to have warranty and support and everything. And I could just pay for it outside, via PayPal or a bank or anything, and it's easy. And yet we don't have that. I wanted to bring, an iPhone, UPS or DHL. I recommend DHL. DHL, you will pay more, but at least you can get your package. I've already had bad experiences with UPS. And try to sell it here because you can buy it with, $1,010 or $1,100 for UPS, and $170 for UPS fees, which is $1,270, while they were selling it for $34 million. Oh yeah. I mean, to be honest, I love technology. I love the advancement of this. I would be lying if I didn't want such device. But when I see the astronomical prices, I think twice about this. But like you said, there are deals and there are ways to get things much, much cheaper than the things that we have here.
Another damn
And yet we can't, sadly. And yet we can't. I think there needs to be some sort
Still
of
alive, are we?
movement. People need to band together and rise for this to happen, because they will never change. They're too senile to understand these new technologies. And lo and behold, the pandemic happened. If we had online payment, many things would be fine. I could just pay without the need of the paper stupid money. It would be the same, and a load of steel. Here, let me vote it and see if it works.
Farewell.
But it could probably be better. Oh, I don't have a Val orb. Never mind.
Hello.
Still alive, are we?
We're just tossing it. But you know what? This is one chaos. Let's just
Stay
send it
sharp.
to
I think I
someone
need to
else.
be doing that right now.
Someone else might need it, because it appears that there are not many people playing. So, yeah. Let's just put the one chaos price on it. No longer need that much mana, to be honest, so I might get rid of the mana flask, but sometimes I do feel the need to chug a bit of mana. Granite. Let's toss it outside here. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've seen the astronomical prices of electronics nowadays, and it's just a joke, to be honest. It's just a joke. They're just taking advantage because we live among thieves and crooks, as you know. They just like to take advantage of certain situations like the COVID, and they just increase the prices to astronomical length. They know that we have limited availability for these things. So you know what? They just make them expensive, and you have no choice. You want to buy the iPhone? Well, pay up the price. Pay up the price or shut up. That's what they say. Martial prowess is good. Let's try to upgrade it. Increased effect is good as well. Let's see. 10 chaos? Yeah, let's put it as 10 chaos, maybe. Hope for the best. I don't think it's going to be worth 10 chaos, but who cares? Oh, I forgot about this. Let's just make it. Oh, it's already. Okay, never mind. Cavalry. Freeze and chill? Yes, please. I'll leave this here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Freeze and chill. It's really, really needed. Yeah, the RTX's prices are just a joke here. And would you like to remember the PlayStation 5? Isn't it like around 35 million? That's kind of a bit too much. A tiny bit too much. 35 million. I'm not too eager. I really, as a Souls game fan, and I played all of them, only need Demon Souls. I was getting ready to play it on an emulator, and it works well. It's 4K 60 FPS. Then I saw the remake, and I was thinking, maybe, just maybe. But seeing the price of the PlayStation, I don't think it's going to be the case. I mean, there's going to be no chance for me to get a PlayStation 5. And so do my friends. I mean, you can't even acquire it. Even if you have the money, I think it's going to be extremely tough to get it.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
But to be honest, the PlayStation 5 problem is not just for us. It's a worldwide thing. I think they're selling for above 1,000 in other countries. $1,000, that is, so makes sense. Makes sense. Did I not click on the checkpoint here? And why on earth am I going back this way? Oh yeah, because, well, I needed to progress. I was too busy not to do the other things. Should have just went ahead, took the checkpoint, and then... Which is not this one, by the way. Should have taken the checkpoint and then came back here and took the boss. Either way, we're having a different type of
satisfying
conversation, so it's okay. Being someone who don't speak English at a native level, it's kind of hard to balance having a stream, playing a video game, and speaking non-stop. It's a challenge, to be honest. And most often than not, I found myself losing focus on one of these things. I definitely need more practice. Goes without saying, and I keep saying it goes without saying. Now, if you have someone who live in a European country, he can bring it for you. I wanted to bring 3 or 4 and sell it with a normal price so I can kill the market. And who said, but that's the problem. You don't have access to the outside. I mean, until the 27th of December, it's probably tough to do so. So until then, the prices are going to be staying like this. No, trust me. My English, and I can tell, is far from perfect. But thank you very much for the compliment. I do appreciate that. I just understand that I need to improve. I need to be better. Always and forever. I was thinking about the keyword that they removed recently from the Twitch thing, the blind playthrough. And as someone who do playthroughs on YouTube and even here on Twitch, it's a bit weird because I do use the term blind playthrough. And in my language, that's a metaphor. It's a beautiful metaphor. Used a lot. Has nothing to do with blind people. And it's used in other fields, so it's a bit weird when you see such language used. They're like, okay, it's ableist, and people, get offended when you say blind playthrough. Stop this. It's stupid. Yesterday I was watching a streamer who's also, a major in English. He teaches, I think he used to teach English or something. So he knows the English language. And even he said the same thing. The English language does support the word, and it's good, and it's well used, and it explains a certain aspect of what you are going to do. So when someone sees that you are doing blind playthrough, you don't need further explanation. They will understand that you do not know this game, you have not played it, or even if you have played it, basically you probably have forgotten all about it, and it was either a long time ago or, well, you lost your memory or something, but that's beside the point. So what you need is just have that on and people will come, because most often than not, many of us watch other people play other games that we played to see their reaction. And you will not have an authentic reaction of someone who isn't doing a blind playthrough or doing a first ever playthrough. And saying a first ever playthrough also is weird. It doesn't have the impact of blind playthrough. But again, we are but specks in the water. Why don't you try Facebook gaming? You can gather more viewers and get an intentional international community. You asked me this before, and I did say I am already streaming on Facebook. But I do not like Facebook. I do not like Facebook community. I do not like Facebook gaming. And above all, I will not amass a community. If we are talking just by our country, it would be probably hard to do so.
The Brand King, his time has almost come.
Not only do I not play the same games that these kids play, I also do not talk in our darja. So I do have a scheduled day or two where I just have my friends on the background and we just play video games, chill, and usually I'm not talking with English at all, so yeah. At the same time, like I said, not playing stupid stuff like, PUBG Mobile and Free Fire and Fortnite isn't that something that they want to see. They do not want to see a 35-year-old guy or man playing something like Path of Exile. They won't understand what Path of Exile is all about, and they will lose focus. I don't talk about their subjects. Even if they are here for me, I do not address the same things that they do. I'm not from the same generation as well. So, yeah, by default, I'm kind of incompatible with certain younger gaming communities nowadays. And I'm fine by it. I do think that there are people who would probably be interested in my points of view. Goes without saying. You are here after all, and I do thank you for this. You don't remember asking? I do remember. You ask him. I do have a weak and a strong memory at the same time. Sometimes I do remember things, and other times I don't. It wasn't in a recent stream, by the way. It was in a bit earlier. And since I don't stream every day, so it was a bit of a time ago, so it makes sense that you didn't understand. Oh, no, remember. And there is always that slight chance that it might not be in you. But either way, like I said, the other thing is, I am not advertising my streamer. I'm not putting enough advertisement and publicity to attract viewers. Why? Because my stream is simply unstable. Sometimes I am streaming, sometimes I am not. I do not know if I can have the data, the internet data, to be able to stream next month. It is always volatile, and that's one of the major things, the major problems why you cannot build a community as a streamer. If you do not have a stable stream, if you do not have the ability to always be here every day or every other day where people can get used to coming and seeing you, then of course you cannot build community. Months ago, I had viewers. I had many people, many regulars who came and went. And then I stopped streaming for 6 months and I lost them. I cannot blame them. Even when I'm streaming, it's only 70 gigabytes. That's the amount of internet I have. And every hour here is around 1 point something gigabytes. I said megabytes, it's gigabytes. So I only have around 60 hours a month of stream, and 60 hours are meager in streaming time. I know some streamers who put in up to 400 hours a month, streaming wise. That's what it needs, or that's what it takes to be consistent, to build a community and to be out there. I mean, it's stupid, like, you are here today with me, you're listening to me and everything, and tomorrow you come back the same time, thinking, okay, he's gonna start the stream. Well, not really. Because it just so happened that my internet just ran out. So I would probably not be able to do so. And that sucks. That sucks. Because I do like to stream. I do like to build the community. I do like to have people to talk to. It's always good to have conversations as you go through whatever thing you are doing, whatever game you are going through. There are many things to discuss, and it's always fun. But the reality is a reality, and I don't know. I have always many projects I want to do on stream, many things I want to do. For example, I would like to do more IRL stuff. There are no IRL streamers in Algeria, in this country. They don't exist for many reasons, but I don't need to be outside with people to do an IRL stream, for example. I can do a cooking stream. That's feasible. I was just thinking about this earlier. You know, what it takes, how can I make it happen and everything, and it's feasible actually. But you are always stopped with the fact that not enough internet. Not enough internet. Just streaming an hour or two a day is just not enough. Seriously not enough. No matter what. Do you have some skills in programming, software development? No. That is not my forte. If you're talking computer matter, if you're talking about the things that I know and can do in computers, it's probably maintenance and networking. And some other small things that I can do, like, you know, video editing, for example. That's the thing that I do on a regular basis. That's good. But not good, not really good in this country. Or not in this country, especially in this town. The town that I live in is the problem. If you are in the capital, there's always people who need your talents, no matter what talents you have. If you have something you're good at, you can make money with. If you know how to fix computers, there are many people with busted computers. If you have skills in, like you said, in programming and design, there's probably a lot of people who could use your skills. Just not in this town. Just not in this town. Because if you do, Muad is saying hello, hello brother, welcome to the stream, thank you for being here. Because if you do, you can start working in freelance, gather some money, and use Nomad Pizza to allow. Okay, I see. Yes, something that you think about. It's absolutely feasible. Not easy, but feasible. But not me. Not me. Ooh, sorry. That was a stomach gurgle. How are you doing today, Muad? And thanks for coming to the stream. My school orientation was in literature and not psychology, and philosophy. So I had no access to anything science related, and I hated that, but such is my fate. And now I'm a bit too lazy. I would say too old, but nah, it's too lazy to study programming and do it. I'm looking forward to this after the stupid COVID, but I might do something related to web design. That could be something I can get to. Easy enough for me to understand. Oh, I Oh, I can do it. Nice. Thought I can't do it with
So you're the shite that's
the
gonna
dash.
send me to the beacon,
Hey,
eh?
don't call me that.
Don't think I'm going to be...
I'm just gonna kill the Brian King, and you're gonna be astounded by my achievements. I mean, look at me. I am as hot as fire itself. I am special. I am the exile. And then you can change your work to full-time streamer. Oh yeah. The full-time streamer part is not easy. I've been in this business long enough. Trust me, even if I wasn't here, it would be pretty hard. The competition is fierce, the popularity is there, and it is the future. And every day there's always someone popping, someone new popping, with more equipment, more ideas. So to be honest, I think I've more chances in succeeding here in this country, because it's kind of a virgin country when it comes to all of these things. I just need a stable internet and some other things. If I'm taking things seriously, of course. But only time will tell. Only time. Nowadays I'm playing Neverwinter. I like this kind of games. Really? You like Path of Exile? Path of Exile is interesting, to be honest. It's quite intriguing as a game. It's complex, it has depth, and it's really, really an interesting game. However, it's kind of not for everyone. It's not for all the audience, especially the young. But that's the thing, is like, I get to say for young ones, and that's the problem, is that I like these sort of games as a young guy. When I was a kid, I started to like strategic games and games that are looking like this, like Diablo 2 for example. They piqued my interest at a younger age, so even saying that is a bit wrong. Perhaps it's just the generation getting too used to mobile gaming and stuff like Fortnite and PUBG and everything. And by the way, I'm in the process of gathering enough information to do a sort of chill stream like this one, where I talk about mobile gaming, PUBG, Fortnite, Free Fire and all those stupid stuff that are currently happening in our country. Because long ago, not too long ago, I declared that people who play these games are not real gamers, and many people got offended. Many people disliked me, and I got even kicked out from some gaming communities, some local gaming communities that I didn't really care about. I got invited to them, and they kicked me out as soon as I said that, because they were too hurt. But that's the problem, is that I am not saying this in a malicious intent. That's the thing. I am saying this because these games are predatory. These games are designed to get kids to be addicted to certain activities and make them more prone to gambling. So I'm trying to gather up as much information to make these people understand my point of view. I am all for gaming. There's no one in this country, well, there's probably people in this country, goes without saying, this is a vast one, but I am one of those who've been gaming since forever, and I will be supporting gaming, whatever form it is. Anyone who's playing video games as they should be supported, should be lifted. The things that I would not support is the cheating community that we have, the people who do not put effort in this, and the amount of people who are being deceived by these games, by these storefronts. They are not even games, they're just storefronts. They just are designed to make you spend money.
So strong, so dedicated.
And spend money they
never
do.
disappoint a lady in need. You're a gift, don't you see? A sumptuous feast for His Majesty on his wedding day. Really, we are both so touched by your generosity.
Well, it's not about being overrated. Yes, you can say they are overrated. Undoubtedly they are overrated. And by the way, I played PUBG. I played it for a long time on PC. When it was first released, I had hoped, because the idea, the concept is good. I like such concept. To be released alone in an island and surviving, you know, picking up gear and starting from scratch and ultimately being the king of the hill is a very good concept. I've read I've watched the movie and everything, so when it was announced, I was excited about this. I watched streams and videos and everything, and PUBG, of course, was popular. Just like money, I fell in love, and I put many hours in that game. Sadly, the game didn't advance. The bugs weren't fixed. The gameplay never changed. So I stopped. It goes without saying, I stopped. It's just pointless to keep doing the same thing over and over again when the game doesn't evolve, when the performance is bad, when the gun handling is bad, the gameplay overall is just unevolving, when there are games in the market like Fortnite, for example, that just brings so many fresh ideas. So I stopped. Lo and behold, speaking of low mana, lo and behold, because at the time there are, the industry was also thriving, the mobile gaming industry. So
Hold on to your cuckoo.
the developers saw this opportunity. They see the extreme popularity of loot boxes, and they know that they exploit kids. They know how they work. They know the human nature. So they did everything to port their games to mobile and just makes them as walking simulators, as loot box opening simulators. And it's sad. Back in the day, you talk about skill. You talk about the things that you have. The good stuff, how good you are at certain games. Now, all I hear in the streets are people talking about the battle passes, the skins, and what they have and they don't. And that's bad.
The relic
That's really bad.
You were right.
In other countries, they've already started, sanctioning these things and talking about them and making moves to change things. But us, it's super obscure and super early to do these things. The only thing that they will do is they just start banning servers for these games, and ultimately they will jump to Path of Exile, to Overwatch, to all of the games. That's all they know how they did. They will just take it as an excuse to ban the entirety of gaming in this country. That's what they do. Do you remember the time of Crash Bandicoot? Of course I do. Here's the deal. I like the game, not that much. Seen the game, it was really good. I like the remake, the one that was released not long ago. That was good. But to be honest, I was never a Crash Bandicoot or Ratchet and Clank guy. Partly because I never owned a console to be able to play the games, but it was just that I was too into other types of games. I was too into FPS stuff, too into adventure games, stuff like Resident Evil, the Silent Hills, many FPS games from Unreal to Counter-Strike, and a lot of the strategic games. I played most, if not all of them at the time. But I did branch out. It's just that the console stuff that I didn't do as much. I always watched from the sidelines, and I say it again and again. They are really amazing. Some of the console titles are just absolutely amazing. And I couldn't get my hands around, these games at the time when I was younger. Yeah, but Crash has its community. It's a well-known game and
Hello.
many people like it and play it.
Yes?
Goes without saying. It's funny, when people were liking Crash and playing it and loving the heck of it, I was too into Metal Slug, for example. That was my go-to game. This is good, but it's a tiny bit too late. Is this any good? Come on, Chaos. Elemental resistance, rarity, cold, and lightning. Oh yeah. When I say I didn't get my hands on consoles, at the same time, I've seen most of the generation
Goodbye.
of the consoles come and go. From the Famicom back in the early 90s, all the way to the PlayStation 5 nowadays. Lord of Steel.
The spirit hunt.
Though I consider myself a PC gamer,
The spirit hunts with you.
through and through, undoubtedly, still, I've been around consoles long enough.
Go with the
I've seen
spirit.
historical, titles, such as, of course, the Mario ones, at the time. Oh, I should go to Coastal Hideout, okay? Ghost Recon Black, God of War. Man, don't... Yeah, God of War, yes. Ghost Recon, kinda yes. Black? Actually, I have a friend who played so much Black on his Xbox. They got an Xbox and his entire family loved Black to death. He was always talking about it. His father played Black, his brothers played Black, he did, and they talked a lot about it. And it was the very same friend that got a PlayStation 1 back in the early 2000s, and I don't know, by chance he got Silent Hill on it. And he was talking to me about this game that he started playing, and it was too scary for him. He couldn't play it during the night, he only played during the day, and started inquiring about this game. And he was telling me this amazing story, of course, of Silent Hill and this father who's trying to find his daughter. There's this big city and fog, and every time you do get near your child, you wake up in some sort of a bed as if though nothing of this was true. It was all a nightmare. And it got me so hyped for Silent Hill. That was the type of games that I liked. It was just intriguing, challenging, and it made my memory run wild. Or not my memory, my imagination run wild. I didn't play Silent Hill for 2-3 years later until I got my hands on my first computer back in 2003. Well, I did get others, but the 2003 computer was the one that was able to make the Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 run. So that was when I played these games, and it was amazing. They still into these kind of games like Fortnite and Free Fire CS. It is so easy to play because it's like a routine, but they have to change this idea about the games. They aren't that good, and I want to see people play again the hardcore games in like Dark Souls and stuff. Yeah, that's a thing, that's a valid point. I understand, but also it's not the multiplayer games, because I am a huge multiplayer guy. I play Overwatch, for example, a lot. I play Street Fighter and other games. It's not the games that are bad, it's certain iteration of these games that become bad. PUBG, when it was on Steam, it was fine. It was alright because you played with humans against humans. But all of a sudden, it changed when it got to computer, to the mobiles. All of a sudden your character picks things automatically. The menus are easy. Aiming is assisted. And you play with servers filled with bots. All just to do one objective. To hopefully get you addicted on opening loot boxes, acquiring season passes, and just having that morphine, that's the other chemical reactions in our brain, rush, that makes you want to buy skins and everything. That's the dangerous part of these games. So, yeah, I mean, you can play, such things, you can play them, but you need to also understand the core of gaming. You need to be there. You need to see the other things, to experience them, to levitate. But what we have currently is a bunch of people who love to cheat, love to hack, love to pirate stuff, and I'm fine with pirating because I know that we have limitations in our country, goes without saying, but it's just that they consider themselves gamers, yet they only play 1 or 2 games. They play PUBG, Fortnite or Free Fire, and that's it, and I'm a gamer. Sorry, brother. Sorry, kid. Not brother, because I'm old now, but you're not. You are not. Like you said, if they didn't experience the real deal, they couldn't be classified as one. And again, if they want to do what they want to do, it's fine. It's just that they need to be aware of the consequences. Need to be aware of why, by default, these games are bad. What makes them bad? Why people like me hate on these things. And there is a logic. It's not something random. We don't say, okay, PUBG Mobile is bad. We say PUBG Mobile is bad because it's addicting, because it makes you do bad things, because it makes you spend your money on things that have no return for you. It's gambling. Gambling is bad, no matter what form it is coming from. Gambling is just simply bad. You can play a game, not waste, tons of money on it, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But if you play the game entirely just to waste money, to get loot, to get skins, just to brag for no reason, that is just a waste of time. That's not going to be any beneficial to you. The main reason why I speak the English language as I do is because of video games. Because I was in situations that forced me to speak English. And PUBG or Free Fire on mobile aren't going to give you such experiences. It got me, Silent Hill 3 got me curious about Shakespeare books, because there was a puzzle that made me rearrange such books. That's the beauty of gaming. You meet people around the globe, and you have wonderful experiences. That's why World of Warcraft is such an amazing and unique game. There is a certain aspect of it that is just appealing, that gives you the ability to make friendships like no other game. Fortnite is not going to do such a thing. Well, let's not even say Fortnite, because Fortnite is kind of a full-fledged game, at least. They're doing a certain effort. The ones that I'm really talking about is PUBG Mobile and Free Fire. And Free Fire is just a big question mark when I see or talk about Free Fire, because Free Fire for me is just a reskin. It's just basically a cheap attempt to another PUBG. It's the same. Why are people divided playing one over the other? It's weird. Just absolutely weird.
Another good
But hey, I guess the old thing where they find one game before the other and they consider one a clone of the other, but checking the facts is always probably the main cause. Oh, but yeah. Again, coming back to the this whole subject, it's just that I want to do my proper research about it. I want to come out with scientific facts. I want to bring opinions of people who are knowledgeable to convince whoever thinks that what I'm saying is bad. To convince logically whoever says that, I'm just being a hateful, prick, just by saying that, mobile gaming is not good. But yeah, anyone with common sense will think the same as I. And I frankly do want my, my country to rise, to be better, especially on the esports, side of things. It just sucks that Morocco and Tunisia are so far ahead of us, and yet we are unable to produce just a consistent team to compete with our neighbors. Just sucks. I always thought that this is gonna happen one day, but yeah, the recent change of things, you know, was kind of an unexpected thing. I was thinking when technology is going to be more accessible, when more people is going to gain, have computers in their homes, and it becomes something of a normal thing, like it is today, then people would certainly try to be better, try to compete and everything. But what happened is that there was just an amplification of, one day, damn, I died. An amplification of, the cheating scene and the hacking scene and the pirating scene, and that's all there is to it. No one is trying to be an athlete, quote unquote. But again, we'll see. I don't know when am I going to do this once again. I'm definitely gonna wait. Some days ago, I kind of watched a podcast about this, and I was so unprepared. So much depth in this, so much things that needs to be understood in order to, discuss the subject correctly. It's like I was just only scratching the surface when I was thinking about this. My thought process was correct, but I lack the real convincing factors to, have a valid argument. You can tell people, oh, because they have loot boxes, don't play them, but that's not enough. They need to understand how it works, and they need to be... please don't die. Ah, damn it, I died. This is the point of the game where my defenses are kind of a bit abysmal. There's also the point of the game where I probably gonna need 2 healing bottles or flasks. This way I can definitely
just need a moment to
such
catch my
places
breath
without perishing. I do have regeneration and HP regeneration and everything, but that's not going to be,
Shine boldly, so that all may find you when the night falls.
Damage over time. So what? So what, my dear friend? What do you have in mind? Oh, are you just correcting yourself? It's fine, don't worry. If you see me typing in chats and when I'm in other streams and everything, or sometimes when I make tweets or stuff of the sort, the amount of mistakes I make are just astronomical. Sometimes I just go back and delete what I said because it was so abysmal, so much wrong thing said, wrong way of writing stuff. It was just a joke. Is this a boss or an exile? Oh, it's an exile. Let's take his jewelry. See if it's any good. You died too. And we just teleport because we finished our quest here. We've got the Maligaro's map. And that is enough for us. It is all that we need. Speaking of all that we need, unfortunately, my time here is done. This have been probably a really good stream, to be honest. I really enjoyed talking with you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for staying with me. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I just have no idea if I have enough internet to stream or not, but I will just stream and whatever. If it cuts in the middle, it cuts in the middle. I don't care. But hopefully I should be back tomorrow. So, thank you for being here again. Take care of yourselves, and have a nice day. I don't know, what should I play tomorrow? I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, perhaps World of Warcraft. I really would like to stream World of Warcraft. I think World of Warcraft will gonna be enabling me to talk more freely because, well, it's just me flying and talking. So yeah, nevertheless, good night, fellas. Have a nice one. I would definitely do World of Warcraft. I should. I'm really liking that